One featherweight kickboxing world champion Chingiz Allazov is one of the best strikers in the world. I probably didn't need to tell you that. He won a bunch of awards last year for being the best striker of the year, being the pound for pound number one. His wins last year over Superbon and Murat Grigorian were absolutely fantastic. Two of the best performances of the year in one championship, and yeah, I think Allazov was incredibly deserving of all of the accolades he received, and also deserving of the pound for pound top spot. And it looks like he might be, how do I phrase it now that we have more updates, looking to get out of one championship maybe. There was a post from Beyond Kickboxing. If you stay up to date with all of your striking news, I'm sure you'll be familiar with Beyond Kickboxing. They do some fantastic work. Saying that a source within Allazov's camp had informed them that he was looking to terminate his one championship contract. Now, as we know, because there have been some further updates on this post at the time of recording this video was like 16 hours ago, so there is some more news on this that we will get to in a minute, but Allazov wanting to terminate his contract and it actually happening are two very, very different things. There are two sides to that coin, of course. But the article obviously goes on to talk about Allazov and his incredible run as of late. There was a quote that Allazov said recently, I believe it was towards the end of last year, but you know, kind of, I think it was like September, October time, where he said that, I know in one, all the best fighters in my division are in one. He's right in saying that the featherweight kickboxing division in one championship is probably the best division in one championship, I would say, in terms of the quality there. Certainly in their striking roster. I know one is one of the best kickboxing promotions, it's true, but we don't like the contract about this promotion. I would like to thank One Championship, it's not about the money. I beat Sichitai and Superbon and became the pound for pound best fighter. Murat Grigorian was a tough fight, a fight for my legacy, and now I have another plan. I care about my heart, my legacy, and my dream. I'll finish my career with one. Which he's also spoken about, you know, maybe not having that many fights left in him. There has also been some talk about whether he wants to go and compete in Belarus or Russia, in Azerbaijan, you know, some of the places that he represents, but also, you know, you'd imagine some places where he has a bit more of a fan base, maybe. I mean, Chingiz Allazov, you know, as I just said at the start of the video, a world-renowned striker. So, you know, when this news came out, immediately everyone was like, well, every striking promotion is going to have an offer already made up to try and, you know, tempt Chingiz Allazov to fight for them, because he's the pound for pound number one, right? That's a huge deal. But as I said, every story, you know, this story in particular has two different sides to it, because there was an update a few hours ago, again, at the time of recording this, from Nicholas Atkin. Again, if you stay up to date with One Championship news, Nick is pretty much the go-to guy for your updates and stuff like that. He obviously previously worked at the South China Morning Post and did some fantastic work there, and now is working for Sportskeeda like myself. So he posted a few hours ago that a credible internal source within One tells him that they will not terminate Allazov's contract early. It is set to run out in December 2026, and that One will try to, and this is in quotes, work out any issues together so that all parties are happy, and they will enforce its legal rights everywhere in the world. So, you know, he did post some other things. We'll get to that in a minute. So it basically, like I said, two sides to every coin, right? Because if you're going to believe the report from Beyond Kickboxing, which I certainly would, they're a very credible source, it doesn't sound like Allazov is too happy staying in one championship. And I don't necessarily think, you know, he said about the contract and stuff that it's not about the money. I think it's just that he wants to fight somewhere else for a change, and he feels like he's beaten the top guys in One Championship's featherweight kickboxing division, and you can't really argue with that. You know, when he lists off Sichitai, Superbon, and Murat Grigorian, it's like, well, yeah, you know, you did beat those guys. And One Championship not cancelling the deal, they have the pound for pound number one striker in the world on their roster, right? Any promotion in the world would say, well, we've got you until December 2026, so we're going to try our best to make Allazov happy and keep him around until that contract runs out, which, again, every promotion in the world would do that. You know, you're not going to let the pound for pound best guy in the world just walk out and terminate a deal early that he has signed and it doesn't end for another couple of years, right? It'd be interesting to see how active Allazov is for a while, because, again, like I said, he did previously say that he's only got a few fights left in him, he thinks, and even then it was like that he owes the fans those fights. I would imagine that again, that kind of ties into wanting to fight in Russia or Belarus or Azerbaijan or something like that, just to give that moment to the fans of seeing him compete in front of those home crowds. Nick Atkin as well did post about how if Chingiz is going to be out long term, one should move quickly and book Superbon and Murat Grigorian for the interim title, and I couldn't agree with him more. He says that the featherweight kickboxing division is too good to hold up, and that is very, very true. Chingiz Allazov has proven himself to be the best guy in that division, but there are some incredible competitors outside of him that deserve to stay active, and of course Allazov is the end goal for all of them, but he has beaten a lot of them already, so it's tough to Grigorian got a fantastic win at 1165 the other week over Sichitai, but he got dominated by Allazov in their fight last year. So I don't think you can make that fight straight away, even if Allazov did want to stay active. So you're in a tough position. I think the obvious solution to that is to have two top contenders. Again, same case for Superbomb, right? Obviously he did rebound from that loss to Allazov. I know that he did lose to Tawanchai last time out, but different rule set and everything, so I don't think that plays too much into what's next for Superbon. Losing to Tawanchai is like, oh well, on to the next one. That's just how high level those two guys are. So you probably couldn't do Superbon and Grigorian versus Allazov next, but I think having them fight each other, maybe, especially if one of them gets a really dominant win or a finish or something like that, then you can do an Allazov rematch. That makes a lot of sense, and I think that would be the obvious move, to be honest, especially, like I said, if Allazov isn't going to fight anytime soon, do an interim title in the meantime, and then the winner can either face Allazov or they can, potentially, I don't know. Who knows? It's pure speculation at this point as to what's going to happen with Allazov. But, for One Championship fans, when I first saw that report from Beyond Kickboxing, I was very concerned. I'm a huge fan of Chingiz Allazov. I love watching him compete. But I see what he's getting at. Jeez, sorry, it's early in the morning here. Not only in terms of the opponents left for him, but I can understand that he would want to, if he is only going to have a few more fights to tick off a few things for his bucket list, I suppose, and getting to compete in some of those places where he hasn't fought, especially in recent years. So I understand that, and I also understand One Championship's viewpoint. Like I said, two sides to this coin, so it'd be very interesting to see how things play out. Let me know in the comments below what was your reaction to this news. What do you think is going to happen? Again, pure speculation, but interesting talking point at the very least. I'm going to try and make more videos like this going forward. Obviously my videos do tend to stick to just like previews and reviews and things like that, but trying to be more active on this channel because you guys always show the videos tremendous support, so I appreciate that. Please keep doing it. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, a comment, all that good stuff. It really does help, I promise you, and keeps these videos coming, so we'll try and keep these fairly what's the word, active, I guess. Keep this channel active, and more videos like this coming soon, where we just talk about a topic that's kind of being spoken about at the time related to One Championship. So yeah, thank you for checking out this video. Like I said, do all of the YouTube stuff that you probably already know to do, but believe me, it does help, and I will catch you on the very next video. See you later.